Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on the deck house from Greasy Grove. Remember to like if you like and subscribe down below for more videos. So let's get into it. So of course, as we discussed before, we worked on the stone house for Greasy Grove. Now we're going to move on to the deck house. This is the only second unique house to Greasy Grove. It is the one with the porch deck right underneath the gravel driveway. Of course, the dimensions for this build are a length of 22, width of 22, and a height of 13. So it's a square build when it comes to length and width, and of course the height is the exact same as the other two-story house we did last video. So of course, I'm going to show you guys the basic materials, but also going to outline this grid pattern. So whenever you're building a Fortnite build, it's always good to use the grid pattern to lay out where the foundation is going to be for the building. And of course, the next step after you do the foundation is to build up the grid pattern. Of course, this is a weird, wacky house. It is not the simple 3x2 structure that we worked on last video, so of course it is a little different. This house is a two-story house with an attic. It has, I believe, 2 chests, and of course it is the first story is you have this 1x2 area here, and then you have a 4x1, and then this area is a 1x3. So it's a complicated grid pattern, but this is probably the best way to sort it out. So if you want to make it a little bit, if I wanted to make it a little bit easier for you guys to understand, this right here is the first section. This is the south-facing. This is the south-facing section. This is the west-facing section. This is the north-facing section, and then this is the east-facing section. And of course, to make this build a little bit easier, once you're done with the grid pattern, the best way to see if your height is correct, because with the grid pattern you can see kind of if your width and length are the same, but once you begin you want to make the roofing area so you can see if your height is also 13 blocks. So it should be 13 blocks high. You fill it out with the roof, you put a stone triangle that is 4 blocks high, and then you fill it with the andesite stairs and andesite slabs on top, and then you can kind of see how your house is going to look on the top as well as the rest of the grid. And of course, that is going to do it for the first part. Now we're going to work on actually filling this out. So the first thing you're going to need, the basic materials you're going to need is white concrete, block of quartz, pale oak door, stone, polished andesite stairs, andesite slab, glass, gravel, and oak fence. Now, if you do not have a pale oak forest yet and you're building this in survival not creative, don't worry. If you do not have access to pale oak, you can also use birch. So if you don't have pale oak, you can use birch. I actually, before 1.21 was added with the pale oak, I actually used birch to build this. It doesn't look as good as pale oak does, but it does look good if you don't have pale oak just yet. So let's begin with making the gravel driveway. Of course, the gravel driveway is in a L shape. I don't know what else to call this other than an L shape. I know it's not an L, but it's like a wonky Tetris block. And it's a 5-block gravel grid that goes underneath the deck area. So you're just going to fill this out with gravel. The grid pattern, like I outlined before, just helps out fill this area so you can see where the gravel driveway leads back to the street. As so, because you can see the sidewalk is right here, so you can make the gravel grid all the way to the house. So now we're going to start actually building the house, and of course it starts by making this area right here, and you're going to make it, there's a window here, there's a window here, and then the door to the house is right here. And of course you're going to need oak. Let's get rid of the stone for now. We'll go back to the stone later. But we have the door to the house right here, and of course this is a deck area, so we want to make these columns archways, except for that, because that's the entrance. But archway, archway, and we keep this for the entrance. Alright, so now we get into the actual house, and if we want to start filling out here, there's not a window here, there's not a window here, there is a window right here. There's not a window here. Not a window here. Let's keep going. Not a window here. The stairs are actually going to be right here. There's a window and a window. So window, window, doorway, window, blank wall, window, wall, wall, window, wall, 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 wall. Alright, so let's begin making these into the rooms. So we've got room 1, separate it right here, so that's room 1. Then we have, let's see here, because the stairs are right there. So this is room 2, right there. The stairs are right here, so you want to do this. And then this is not going to be a doorway, this is going to be an archway, because this is a separate area right here for the kitchen area. The kitchen is like right here, and then the stairs are right here. I actually think the kitchen's over here. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, so this is a big window. So the big windows are different. The reason why I need the andesite stairs is because the big windows are outward facing. I mean, they're actually not in the wall, they're out facing. So you have to make the andesite to make it look nice from the outside. We already did one of those windows on the stone house, but it's an out facing 3x2 glass window. And that's where the kitchen is. My apologies. And I think we're good to do that, and then do that, and that. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to build out the floor. We're going to, because that's where the stairs are going to go, we'll make the stairs in a bit, doorways, and then into the next rooms. Room, and then the deck area right here, and then the wood fence. Room like so. Room like so. Then we have 2 walls here in the corner. Like so. Alright, and I believe that this is an actual doorway out, so we'll do that. And then we'll place doors and windows, so exterior door, window, window, and window. Then window, 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 and window. So the first floor is done, except for the stairs. I'll work on those later, but let's get these walls built up here. And I would implore you, I'm going to make videos on all the prefabs, but if you use this grid pattern, it really makes the building easier to do, because Fortnite is always a grid pattern, so every single building is kind of easy to make once you get the grid pattern down. Like that Durburger building would be so hard to do if you didn't do the grid pattern first. So let's work on the stairs before I focus. We have all our glass done, but I'm going to do the staircase here, like so. And there's your stairs. Up slabs, so up 3 slabs, 1, 2, 3, slab across the back wall, and then 1, 2, 3, easily walkable upwards. Easy, swift walking upwards, allows you to run down it and run up it super easily. Alright, so now we're going to fill out the roof area here, the second floor ceiling, up to the attic. The attic floor. It's a simple, easy build. Remember, there's a chest up here, and there's a chest in one of the floors on the lower floor, making a 2-chest house, and there's also an ammo box. There's 2 ammo boxes in this house. So I'll show you how to make the chests as well as the ammo boxes. Alright, and then the roof. This is why I always build the outlines for the roofs, because it's very easy to make the roofing area once you have the outlines, so you can see where your triangles are. So you can see how to line them up. Because this is a kind of complicated roof to do, because there's a triangle over there as well as over here, so you have to kind of make a corner roof, because it is an L-shaped roof. But once again, if you put out the roof outlines like I showed you before we even started filling out the grid, it makes it so it's easy to line these up. So if you line the slabs up first, it's very easy to start lining up the rest of the roof. Like so. Line that up. Keep lining this up. And then you line this up. I'm saving the hardest side for last. Gotta line these corners up. I do like that Minecraft stair designs work for the other stairs because they used to not. So this is the portion that's going to be the hardest to do. So you gotta line this up right here. But once you do, if you do the roofs like I do, then you won't even have to worry about this. Because like so, now it's all lined up. And you got the roof done. And the exterior's done. So that's the deck house exterior. Now of course we're going to move to the inside to show you guys the chests and ammo boxes. So let's get our chests. And the nighttime actually works out perfectly, so I can show you guys why the torch is necessary. Torch and shulker box. Alright, so very dark house, and the shulker box is going to go under the stairs. You can open it. That's your ammo box. That's your first ammo box. Your chest is up here. What you want to do is go into this hallway, go into this back room area right here, and there is an ammo box behind the dresser. We'll make the dresser in just a second. And then you go into this room right here, and then in this back corner there's a chest, and since there's no glow chest, you have to make a torch so it glows in the dark. Then next what we're going to do is we're going to go up here, and in this back corner right here there is a chest. Alright. And of course that chest, as you can see, glows in the dark. Alright, so we're going to put a door right here, a door right here, door right here, and we're going to put door and door. Alright, and that is the deck house with shulker boxes for the 2 ammo boxes and the 2 chests. So yeah, it's actually not a bad house design. Now I will do the I'm going to do the interior design for these houses all together because it's kind of hard to do the interior design for builds like this, because you have to go into creative mode in Fortnite and actually look at what's in each room. But I will say, this is the kitchen area, so you can just, what I would do is do this. If you want to do interior designs, the best way to do it is to mark with signs what the rooms are. So this is a hallway. This is the kitchen, dining room, and just keep marking them so you can like, so you know what is what. This is a bedroom. Bedroom. This is the outer door. This is the staircase, obviously. Hallway. This is a bedroom. And this is the kids' bedroom. Alright, so that is going to do it for the deck house. Let's turn on day so you can see the full beauty of it. It looks very close to the FORTNITE one, and of course if you don't have pale oak, birch doesn't look too bad either for this build. But of course, if you want to see the aerial vision, you can kind of see how it looks similar to the Greasy Grove house from above. Looks just like the stone house, kind of, but it has a wonkier, it has an L-shaped building layout on top with the deck area and gravel driveway. But again, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like the video, comment down below your thoughts on the video and how I did on recreating the deck house from Greasy Grove. The next video, we're going to be working on the Bass Pro Shop prefab for Greasy Grove. We're also going to do the gazebo along with it just to combine both of them. And then, of course, we'll end out Greasy Grove with focusing on the main attraction of the Durr Burger. But of course, as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. And of course, toodaloo!